The map is wrong. Every classroom diagram of Earth shows the same picture. A thin crust, a vast mantle, a liquid outer core, a solid inner core. Smooth, simple layers wrapped around one another like the rings of an onion. It feels complete, familiar, finished. Yet almost everything below the crust has never been seen directly. No camera has traveled nearly 3,000 kilometers beneath our feet. No human has touched the boundary where the rocky mantle meets the liquid iron core. The deepest parts of our planet remain permanently beyond reach. That means the familiar cross-section of Earth is not something we observed. It is something we reconstructed. And like every map built from incomplete evidence, it could be missing entire landscapes. The first clue came from something happening far above those hidden depths. A powerful earthquake shakes one side of the planet. Across the world, sensitive instruments begin recording tiny vibrations arriving through the Earth. The motion is invisible, far below the range of human hearing. But every station captures the exact moment those waves appear. For decades, those recordings accumulated. Each earthquake became another natural probe sent through the planet. At first, the assumption seemed reasonable. If Earth's deep interior were mostly uniform, the waves should arrive with predictable timing. They did not. Again and again, waves traveling beneath Africa and beneath the Pacific reached distant stations slightly later than expected. The delays were small. The pattern was enormous. One delayed signal could be dismissed. Thousands could not. Scientists compared records from earthquakes around the world. They traced the paths each wave had taken through Earth's interior. Only then did computers begin solving the one explanation consistent with millions of observations. The planet hidden beneath the textbook picture was beginning to appear. No photograph emerged. No underground camera revealed a secret landscape. Instead, the hidden world assembled itself from mathematics. Every delayed arrival became another piece of an invisible puzzle. Slowly, the Earth cross-section changed. The smooth mantle shown in classrooms no longer matched the evidence. Something vast was interrupting the waves. If earthquakes could function as nature's own flashlights, these delays were the shadows cast by structures no one had ever seen. That realization challenged another assumption. Perhaps invisible regions could be mapped after all. Not by looking, by listening. As more seismic data flowed into global networks, different research groups repeated the reconstruction using independent methods. The result kept returning. Not dozens of scattered anomalies. Not isolated pockets of unusual rock. The same two immense regions appeared over and over again. One rested deep beneath Africa and part of the Atlantic. The other spread beneath much of the Pacific Ocean. They were so large that comparing them to mountain ranges made little sense. Their scale approached that of continents. These structures rose hundreds of kilometers above the boundary of the liquid outer core, while stretching thousands of kilometers across the base of the mantle. The familiar Earth cross-section changed again. The lower mantle was no longer a smooth shell pressing evenly against the core. It contained two enormous masses occupying opposite sides of the planet. Scientists gave them a technical name: large low shear velocity provinces. The name sounds abstract. The reality is anything but. They are gigantic regions where certain earthquake waves move more slowly than they do through the surrounding mantle. That slowing is not a guess. It is the observation that revealed the structures in the first place. Yet the waves reveal something else as well. They cannot produce an ordinary photograph. The colors seen in scientific images are not real colors hidden underground. They are visual translations of measured wave speeds. Red does not mean rivers of molten lava. Blue does not mean frozen stone. The images represent differences detected by seismic waves traveling through solid rock under extraordinary pressure. The hidden continents exist, but they do not resemble continents on Earth's surface. They are part of the mantle itself, only different. By now, the original classroom diagram has become impossible to accept without revision. The Earth beneath our feet is not perfectly symmetrical. It contains an unseen geography resting directly above the liquid core. For many viewers, that feels like the end of the mystery. It is only the beginning. Knowing that something exists does not explain what it is. The evidence proving these enormous structures is remarkably strong. The explanation for their existence is not. Some researchers argue they are exceptionally hot regions that have persisted deep inside the mantle for immense spans of time. Others propose they contain unusually dense material with a different chemical composition than the surrounding rock. More recently, computer simulations have explored an even more dramatic possibility. Perhaps these deep structures include remnants from the ancient collision that formed the moon. The simulations suggest that iron-rich material from that violent impact could have sunk toward the bottom of Earth's mantle billions of years ago. It is an intriguing idea, but it remains a hypothesis. No one has drilled into these hidden regions. No sample has ever been recovered. The seismic evidence establishes that the structures are real. Their precise origin remains an active investigation. That distinction matters. Discovery and explanation are not the same achievement. Even without a final answer, the consequences reach far beyond the deep mantle. Researchers continue examining whether these massive regions influence where hot material rises toward Earth's surface over geological time. If they do, structures hidden almost 3,000 kilometers underground may help shape volcanic hotspots, continental movement, and parts of Earth's long evolution. Exactly how much influence they exert is still being studied. The investigation continues because the planet continues withholding its deepest secrets. Return once more to the familiar Earth cross-section. At the beginning, it looked complete. Now it carries two immense structures pressed against the outer core beneath Africa and the Pacific. Nothing about the planet itself changed during this investigation. Only the map did. The Earth that seemed fully understood now contains a hidden landscape larger than entire continents, reconstructed from earthquake waves that crossed the planet long before anyone realized what they were revealing. Our nearest world still holds places no human has ever seen directly. And some of its largest landscapes remain known only because the planet quietly allowed us to hear them.